Sometimes there's a book that you just love so much, 5 stars doesn't even express how much you love it. These are my 6-star reads. First, we have the Sunbear Trials by Aiden Thomas. I read this book and I was immediately blown away. It is literally like Hunger Games mixed with Percy Jackson and Mexican mythology. It is so freaking good. It has diverse characters, disability rep, and LGBTQ plus characters as well. I've literally read this book about 4 times now, and I'm gonna read it again, I think, before I read the second book, Celestial Monsters. If you can tell, I love this book. I literally own like 6 copies of it, and I can't wait to own like 6 copies of the second book. Next, we have Foul Lady Fortune by Chloe Gong. This is the sequel series to These Violent Delights. Although you do not need to read These Violent Delights to read this, you'll just be spoiled for that duology. So I do recommend reading that duology first. But this book is so freaking good. I was luckily able to read it early because I got an ARC at Y'all West of it. And when I read it, I was just so amazed. I love Rosalind. I love how Chloe Gong expanded on the world she created in These Violent Delights in this book. And this book was just phenomenal. I've already read it like 2 or 3 times and I just love it so much. And if you have not read this book yet, you definitely need to. This is a new one for me. It is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I don't know why I never read this book before recently, but I read it and I was just literally blown away and like crying and feeling so much for these characters. This 4-book series is so good, and if you have not read it yet, definitely check it out. And there's a new connected book coming out soon called Air, and I cannot wait to read that one. And next we have Six of Crows, and I know everybody and their mom is talking about Six of Crows on this app, but that's because this book is just so freaking good. The found family in this book is literally top tier. It's the best found family book I have ever read, and I love the heist. I love the characters so much. I love Kaz and Inej. I love Kaz. I love all the relationships between the characters. This is easily a 6-star read for me. And finally, we have Unseelie. This is definitely an underrated book. I think I've only seen a handful of people on Book talk about this book. It is a YA fantasy book about 2 sisters who go on a magical road trip. The main character, Seelie, is an autistic changeling fae who finds it really hard to fit in her world. This is the author's debut book, and it was so freaking good. I was so impressed with this one when I read it, and I just want everybody to go and read it. Also, this cover is so gorgeous. Just look at it. I literally want to buy 2 more copies of this book so I can like display it and have like the full cover spread out on my bookshelves. And I cannot wait for the next one in the series to come out.